Learning English can be fun, especially when it happens through an exciting story. Today, you'll improve your English while following the journey of a brave little dog named Milo. Milo is a small, energetic dog with a big heart. He lives in a quiet village near a forest, where he loves to play with his friends, 5 tiny puppies full of energy and curiosity. They spend their days running through the fields, chasing butterflies, and tumbling in the soft grass. But one evening, as the sun begins to set, something feels different. The village grows quiet, and a cool breeze moves through the trees. Milo looks around and realizes something shocking: the puppies are gone. Just a few moments ago, they were playing by his side. Now there is nothing but the rustling of the trees and the distant chirping of birds. Milo's ears perk up. He sniffs the air and scans the area, hoping to spot them. But the puppies are nowhere to be seen. He feels a sense of urgency. He cannot find them alone. He needs help. But how will he ask for it? Will anyone understand what he is trying to say? Milo's heart pounds as he scans the empty field. The puppies were just here. How could they have disappeared so quickly? He sniffs the ground, searching for their scent, but the cool evening breeze makes it difficult to pick up any clear trail. The sky shifts to deep orange and purple as the sun lowers behind the hills. The warm glow of the village lights flickers in the distance, but the forest on the other side grows darker by the second. A quiet rustling in the trees sends a shiver down his spine. Milo knows that the puppies are small and easily frightened. If they wandered into the forest, they could be lost, scared, or even in danger. He has to act fast. He runs toward the village, his paws kicking up small clouds of dust as he speeds through the narrow paths between houses. People are starting to settle in for the night. A few villagers light lanterns outside their doors, and the soft hum of evening conversations fills the air. Milo stops in front of a familiar house. This is where Emma lives. She is the one person who always understands him. She has given him food, played with him, and even spoken to him in her kind, gentle voice. He scratches at the wooden door, letting out a short bark. Inside, he hears footsteps. The door opens, and Emma appears, her dark hair tied in a ponytail, her warm eyes filled with curiosity. "Milo," she says, kneeling to pet him. "What's wrong?" Milo tugs at the hem of her sleeve and looks toward the forest. His tail is low, his ears slightly back. Emma watches him closely, sensing that something is not right. Then, as if understanding his silent plea, she stands up. "Show me," she says. Milo doesn't hesitate. He turns and starts running toward the darkening forest, hoping Emma will follow. Emma doesn't waste a second. She grabs a flashlight from inside her house and rushes after Milo. The little dog runs ahead, his ears alert, his paws barely touching the ground as he leads her toward the open field. As they reach the edge of the village, Emma looks toward the forest. The trees stand tall and shadowy, their branches swaying in the evening wind. A faint mist begins to settle over the ground, making everything look even more mysterious. Milo stops at the entrance of the forest and looks back at her. His tail is low, his body tense. Emma takes a deep breath. "Okay, Milo, let's find them." She pulls out her phone and quickly calls her 2 closest friends, Liam and Sophie. "Meet me by the forest," she says urgently. The puppies are lost. Minutes later, the 3 friends stand together, their flashlights beaming into the dark trees. "Where do we start?" Liam asks. Milo barks and takes a step forward. Emma nods. We follow him. The group moves carefully through the trees, their footsteps crunching against fallen leaves. The deeper they go, the quieter it gets. The only sounds are the occasional hoot of an owl and the distant rustling of the wind. Sophie shivers. Are you sure they came this way? Milo suddenly stops, his ears perked. He lets out a sharp bark. Emma freezes. Do you hear that? They all hold their breath. Then, faintly, through the thick forest, they hear its soft whimpering. The puppies. Sophie gasps. Emma tightens her grip on the flashlight. We're close. Milo lets out another bark and darts forward, weaving between the trees. Emma and her friends follow quickly, their lights bouncing as they move. They don't know what they will find, but one thing is certain: Milo won't stop until he brings his friends home. The deeper they go into the forest, the darker and colder it becomes. The tall trees block most of the moonlight, casting long shadows on the ground. Emma keeps her flashlight steady, scanning the area as they move. The soft whimpering they heard earlier fades in and out, carried by the wind. Milo leads the way, his nose close to the ground. Every few steps, he stops, sniffs the air, and then continues forward with determination. I don't like this, Sophie whispers. What if they're hurt? We'll find them, Emma says firmly. We have to. A sudden rustling in the bushes makes everyone stop. Milo's ears perk up, and he lets out a sharp bark. Emma shines her flashlight toward the sound, revealing a small clearing ahead. The group moves cautiously, their hearts pounding. Then they see tiny movements near the base of a large tree. Emma gasps as the light falls on a group of small, trembling puppies. Their fur is damp, and their eyes are wide with fear. One of them lets out a tiny whimper, barely able to lift its head. They're here, Liam says, rushing forward. The puppies huddle together as Emma kneels beside them. It's okay, she says softly. You're safe now. Milo moves closer and gently nuzzles one of the puppies, wagging his tail. The smallest of the group, a little white puppy with floppy ears, licks his nose in return. Emma quickly checks each one. They're cold and scared, but they don't look hurt, she says with relief. Sophie lets out a breath she didn't realize she was holding. Now we just have to get them home. Liam picks up 2 puppies. Emma lifts another, and Sophie carefully takes the smallest one in her arms. Milo circles around them, making sure no one is left behind. Then, as if knowing his job isn't finished yet, he takes the lead once again this time, guiding everyone back to safety. With the puppies safely in their arms, Emma and her friends begin the journey back through the forest. The once eerie darkness now feels less intimidating, as if the trees themselves are relieved that the little ones have been found. Milo trots ahead, his tail wagging with confidence. He turns back occasionally to check on the group, making sure no one is left behind. The puppies, still shivering slightly, snuggle close to Emma and her friends, seeking warmth. The smallest one in Sophie's arms lets out a tiny yawn before resting its head against her chest. They must have been so scared, Sophie murmurs. Emma nods. But they're safe now. Thanks to Milo. Milo barks proudly as they step out of the forest and into the open field. The village lights glow warmly in the distance, welcoming them back. As they reach the first houses, a few villagers notice them and rush over. The worried owners of the puppies gasp in relief, running to take their pets into their arms. You found them, an elderly woman says, stroking a small brown puppy. Thank you. Emma smiles, looking down at Milo. It wasn't us. It was him. Milo wags his tail, standing tall. Tonight, he wasn't just a playful dog, he was a hero. As the last puppy is reunited with its family, the village fills with relieved laughter and happy tears. The once worried owners hold their pets close, whispering words of comfort. Milo sits beside Emma, watching everything unfold. His ears perk up as he sees the little white puppy he had found in the forest. The puppy wiggles out of its owner's arms for a moment and runs toward him, nuzzling his nose in gratitude. Emma kneels beside Milo and scratches behind his ears. "You did something incredible today," she says. "Without you, they might never have been found." Liam and Sophie smile. "He's the real hero," Liam adds. Milo wags his tail, feeling proud but also exhausted. The night's adventure had been long, and now he just wanted to rest. As Emma stands, she looks around at her friends. "Tonight, we learned that working together makes all the difference," she says. "And that even the smallest among us can do great things." The village settles back into peace, and Milo follows Emma home. As he curls up in his warm bed, he closes his eyes with a deep sigh. He had done his job. His friends were safe. And for the first time that night, he let himself rest.